friends, it's been a while, or at least it feels like it's been a while because I haven't sat down and filmed in a couple of weeks, I think. But I just really wanted to sit down and have kind of like a chat update, low-key life video. I really enjoy watching these kinds of videos. Hopefully you enjoy watching them. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about life right now. I feel very scatterbrained. I feel like there's a lot going on, or maybe like not quite a lot going on, but a lot of little things going on, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna chat. By the way, I'm drinking decaffeinated tea right now. I can't remember what it's called. It's some kind of herbal tea. So because it's like 4:10 in the afternoon right now, hence the horrible lighting. So I'm still drinking caffeinated teas. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, I gave up, or I'm in the process of giving up coffee right now to see if it helps with my anxiety at all. And yeah, it's been really good. And I'm really encouraged by how many of you actually gave up coffee and loved it. Like, I feel like so many of you have left comments and sent me encouraging messages about how it's just been the best change for your mental health or your physical health. And that's really what I need to hear right now. That's really, really good to hear. Last week was the TBR Takedown readathon, and I was really excited about it. And then the next day, I woke up and I was really sick. So I started feeling better towards the end of last week, just in time to host and throw my sister's baby shower. I have a twin sister. She is very, very pregnant. My parents stayed with me over the weekend. We had the party, and it was a co-ed shower, so there were like a lot of people there. And yeah, it was a really, really fun and sweet time. But, you know, having that week of no coffee, feeling sick, kind of falling behind on my work stuff, and then being just thrown into this weekend of seeing a lot of people, I just totally crashed on Monday. Yeah, again, I don't know how much of this has to do with the giving up coffee thing, but I have just been kind of slumpy lately, kind of slumpy in my reading, kind of slumpy in life. I was so ambitious with my TBR, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to get through even 2 of those books this month. I haven't been reading this month. I haven't been wanting to read. I've been watching a lot of TV. Aaron and I watched Westworld kind of recently and loved it. And then we recently started watching the OA, which is weird, but like, I don't know, I kind of like it. I can't decide yet. But yeah, I really like The Raven Boys. I'm really, really liking it. When I'm reading it, I'm enjoying it. It's fast paced. So last week, I also failed to mention, last week, I started my first editing class for the University of Chicago Graham School. I'm getting my editing certificate through that program. And I realized that this class and the whole program really is going to be a lot more work than I initially anticipated. Like a lot of reading, a lot of class participation. There's like weekly synchronous sessions on Saturday mornings where I cannot miss. They're mandatory, and I have to basically log on and be on a web camera and like have a mic and all this stuff and participate as if it were a face-to-face classroom. And it's a 7-week class, and then I have another one starting at the beginning of March, so they will overlap. And yeah, I think that last week I was using so much energy to kind of like plan out how I was going to tackle this course. I was planning out reading deadlines because I have weekly readings. I'm reading through the Chicago Manual of Style, like straight through pretty much. And some of it's like 150 pages a week of the Chicago Manual of Style, which is just like so dense. And so, yeah, I was writing in my calendar and kind of planning out when I needed to get things done and how I was going to kind of reorganize my life. I also recently joined the reading list, which is run by a wonderful, wonderful editor named Lindsay and her partner, Sal. He's also an editor, and I met her through the Editorial Freelancers Association, and she lives in my state. and we got lunch fairly recently, and she was just telling me about this business that she was getting off the ground, this editorial agency called The Reading List, and how excited she was about it. And I remember being blown away. She's just amazing. I mean, she's worked with huge publishers for like 15 years, and she's just a really cool person too. But so she was telling me about this business that she's starting and how she's trying to launch it with all of these other freelance editors, kind of these partners with her, because she and her husband have so much work that they wanted to have a network of editors. And so I thought that was really cool, but for some reason didn't really think that I would ever be a part of that equation. So when she asked me if I'd be interested in being involved in the Reading List, I was just so excited, so excited. And so it's officially launched, the Reading List. I think it's readinglisteditorial.com. You can check it out. I'll link all the information down below. But so I have 2 projects coming up with the Reading List, and I'm really excited about that. But again, it was just that setting aside time to mentally prepare for something, to make room, to make space for something. Sorry, that's my dog sneezing in the background. So I have these new things that are kind of merging into my already busy life, but they're exciting things. But yeah, so it doesn't feel busy yet. It's almost like I'm like bracing myself a little bit, and it takes a lot of like creative mind space. Is that a thing? I don't know. To just kind of figure out how I'm gonna get organized. And so yeah, I started thinking about my reading slump and how it's related to all this other stuff going on in my life. And I started thinking about how maybe it's not really a reading slump that I'm in. Maybe I just need space to process things. And for me, needing space reading has never been a part of that. Like, it's always been going on walks with my dog and my husband, or, yoga, which I haven't done because I've been sick, but, going out and physically doing something, being quiet, meditating, deep breathing. That's kind of how I make space. I don't really read when I'm stressed or preparing for a busy season. I do sit in front of the TV, and that's something, honestly, that I think a lot of people can probably relate to, is just when you're kind of paralyzed with fear about something, whether it's, for me, I definitely had anxiety about starting this editing class. And it's easy to kind of just stay in one place and binge watch a TV show, or, just turn your brain off for a little bit, because you don't want to necessarily face the potential for failure. We're getting into it now, but really, I think it takes a lot of energy to start something new and to face that fear of failure. And for me, when I'm scatterbrained like that, reading is just not my go-to. I wish it was. I feel like some people read to escape. It's just not me. I wish it was. But yeah, so I was sitting in bed reading the Chicago Manual of Style, and I just had this overwhelming urge to get out the camera and talk to you guys about life. I don't even know if it's like actual updates. It's just kind of where I am right now, which is sort of like meh. I don't know. Yeah, so I will probably not be reading much this month. I know I made that TBR video, but I'll probably read like 2 books, maybe 3. Who knows? Maybe when I turn off this camera, I will be so excited about reading and just do it. But honestly, I don't really see that happening. But yeah, I feel like talking about it, it's totally okay to be in this place where I just feel like, reading is just not my priority this week or this month or this season. If that's the case, then that's okay. I'll still be here. This will still be a thing. I think I just try to occasionally stop myself and remind myself that reading is a fun thing. Like, it should never be something that stresses us out, which I think, people who have booktube channels, you probably understand where I'm coming from, that pressure that we put on ourselves. And usually I don't feel that pressure, but I don't know, this month I think I felt it a little bit. I'm also thinking about some fun videos I want to film very soon. I want to film another editor talk video. I really want to go into the different levels of editing and kind of like, because I feel like a lot of people think that there's one type of editing that a book editor does, but it's really a range depending on what the manuscript needs. So I'd love to talk about that in a video. Let me know if there's any specific editor related topics you'd like me to talk about. And I think I really want to do a video on how I stay organized, which sounds funny because I feel so scattered right now, but really I have been putting in a lot of work this week with just, I don't know, digging deeper and trying to figure out a system that works for me. And that may change, but you know, the past week and a half, I've been watching a lot of videos on how other people stay organized, because I just find that personally, I find that kind of fascinating to see how other people organize their lives. So I think I'm gonna try to do a video like that. Let me know if you guys think that would be something you'd like to watch. So yeah, I've probably rambled on for far too long. Let me know how your month is going. If you're in a reading slump, let me know what you do to kind of push yourself out of it. And also, if you have organizational tips, I'd love to hear those as well, because I feel like I've been doing this forever, but I've been full-time freelancing now since December, so it really hasn't been that long. And I'm loving every second of it, but it's overwhelming. Sometimes it's overwhelming. That's life. All right, I think that's all I've got. Hopefully you're having a great month, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.